Peace, family. Is one Tykeem reminding you, don't forget to breathe.
Big inhale, breathe out.
Chilling at the mall right now. I come to the mall throughout the week just to stay in motion, just to stay focused on my game plan, stay focused on my mission at hand. A lot of times I understand that my environment is a lot greater than myself. So instead of me making excuses and blaming other people, I just go to different environments, different places that have good scenery. Like I like to put myself out in the sun, get some vitamin D from the sun. Honestly, I just want to make some content because with my whole brand, with my one is one movement, right? The heart of it is predicated off of breath work, following your breathing and taking care of your gut, right? Just really trying to have a strong mind. And I'm centering around breathing and breath work. That's why I always remind my people, don't forget to breathe. But nah, like we out here, just cooling it. Understanding that our environment, like it has a huge impact on our decision making skills. You feel me? It has a huge impact on our habits. It has a huge impact on a lot of things. You feel me? And for me, I'm not someone who likes to continuously make excuses, right, and blame other people for why I'm not where I need to be, or for why I'm not accomplishing my goals, or why I'm not at a certain height in life. You feel me? I learned a long time ago to stop blaming other people for your excuses and to start manning up, or start owning up to your life, start owning up to your weaknesses, owning up to your strengths. You feel me? Once you are able to be real with yourself, once you're able to have that honest transparent conversation that you need to have with yourself, you can really start growing. But if you always lying to yourself, if you always ignoring certain weaknesses and certain bad habits, right, you're gonna always keep getting mediocre results. You feel me? And for me, like I said, my whole brand, like it's predicated around breath work, but it's just learning that like following your breath can help you follow your dreams, follow your goals, follow your path, your ambitions towards life. So following your breathing is way more beneficial than just overcoming stress, overcoming anxiety. Following your breathing can help you manifest the life that it is that you always wanted for yourself and for your family. You feel me? So once again, my channel is predicated around growth, development, strength, courage, right? Those positive affirmations, attributes that humans need in life. You feel what I'm saying? And that's what the whole one Tykeem era is about. You know what I mean? Like I'm one Tykeem. I'm the one reminding you that you the one. We all the one. We all chosen. You feel me? So that's just what I'm doing. Out here recording myself. A bunch of people walking by me, looking at me, but it is what it is. You feel me? I'm in motion right now. I got an idea in my mind. I got a goal. God gave me my mission, and that's it. We not doing too much explaining ourselves no more. You feel me? If you someone who really want to change, you really want to live a life worthwhile, if your environment ain't helping you grow, cultivate that, you got to do what you got to do. You feel me? This is my second video, right, on my channel, right? For y'all who don't know me, this video is me just sharing more about myself, more about my mission, more about my business, right? And more about my credentials and what I'm bringing to the table. I'm someone who is for everyone, but I really want to see my culture evolve. I really want to see the consciousness of like my culture continue to elevate, continue to evolve. So I love everybody, but I definitely want to see my culture succeed. Definitely want to see my culture continue to win and keep pushing the narrative and changing the narrative, I should say, right? And waking up the gods, waking up the goddesses, waking up the kings and the queens. You feel me? Right. So this video is just a brief intro, right, about myself, right, about what it is that I do, right, about my mission statement, my brand, my new business, and things of that nature. So if you're watching this, gang, stay tuned, right, and tap in. And like I said, my brand, my community, right, this is for them chosen ones, right? If you're one of them ones, then you understand what I'm talking about. If you're not one of them ones, eventually, if you keep listening, you're going to learn something, and then you can grow into one of them ones. You feel me? But hey, so starting it off, I want to say, full name Tykeem Holmes. I go by one Tykeem. I'm 28 years old. I graduated from West Liberty University. I got my degree in exercise science. After I graduated college, I found that I was becoming a dad. So I'm also a girl dad as well. Right, I have a beautiful baby girl. Her name's Leia. Right, she's about to be 4 years old soon. I'm gonna have some type of video where I'm showing her whatever. I'm gonna plug it somewhere in here smooth. I started off playing sports. I played football since I was 4 years old. I was introduced to the game of football. My uncle Fred, rest in peace, little Fred. Fred had me playing football at a young age. I started playing when I was 4.5, around 5, and I played my whole entire life. Football is what honestly saved me, for real. Like, a lot of things that I experienced growing up, I thought was normal, right? Until I got older and I saw that, hey, a lot of things that I experienced in life is actually not necessarily normal. You know what I mean? But it grew me into the man I am today. It made me 10 times stronger, right? It made me resilient, right? It gave me a level of fearlessness and dedication towards life to the point where I only can really. So after football, I really had to figure out my plan B. I ended up tearing my Achilles because I tore my Achilles my last year of college football. So my senior year of college football, I ended up tearing my Achilles. For those who understand the Achilles injury, it's like the hardest injury. It's the hardest injury to come back from, especially when you're a defensive back. Right? I was a DB, so I didn't have the proper athletic training staff that I needed in college. So recovery process was terrible, and I ended up coming back playing my graduate year. I came back a little too soon. That coming back too soon, I didn't have the season I wanted. You feel me? And then I found out I was becoming a dad too. My whole life I was a star player in high school, middle school, Little League, college. That's why I got that #1 theme. I was always #1. So I had to figure out plan B. You know, I lived and I learned. Definitely. I had to go through a lot of trials and tribulations in college. I didn't have this necessary support system that I would want. I had to thug it out and figure out a lot of things on my own. When I sit back and look at it, it made me stronger. You feel me? It made me better. Adversity truly do build character. So as I was having a baby, I had to figure out my next move. I had to figure out plan B. Because the only thing I really knew how to do was play football. Like, I went from being the man #1 football athlete, boom, to just out of nowhere, tearing your Achilles, having a daughter. Right, life hit me quick. I never experienced depression or experienced extreme sadness, you feel me, or any type of mental health issue like that. I fell into a deep depression, you feel me? Deep depression. It was slow. It just, I don't even know how I got to that state. But man, I fell into a deep depression, and that's when it was hard for me from there. Like, I didn't understand the inner workings of my mind. I didn't understand how my emotions were operating. I was easily triggered. Like, I had an anger problem. I never even knew I had an anger problem, man. You know, for my athletes who been athletes before, like, our whole lives, we've been taught to relieve stress by being physical, by being aggressive. But once you're done with football, like, in the real world, your ass gonna get in trouble if you continue to be aggressive and you think you can handle all your problems with brute force and aggression. So I had to learn quick, like, yo, bro, life is not football. Like, you can utilize certain attributes and relate them towards life, but you got to switch it up. Like, I couldn't attack life like I would football, and that really hurt me, family. Like, I was confused, like, didn't know what to do, didn't know where to move, you feel me? And ultimately, what I turned to weed, for real. I was just getting fried. Like, I was smoking all the time, right? Like, and depression was slowly creeping up, kicking my ass. I thought that the medical marijuana was gonna help, but it really wasn't helping. All it was doing was heightening my anxiety and heightening my depression whenever I was sober. It was just making me run to weed, and then weed to continue to make the symptoms worse. So I found myself in a crazy loop, y'all. Crazy loop. And then a lot of times when you just view yourself as just some athlete, right, you put a block on yourself. You put a block on your mind and what you can accomplish. You feel me? I didn't understand my human body. I didn't understand how the body worked. I was just sitting there playing victim. Like, man, why does this have to happen to me? Like, why? And I feel like nobody understands me. I was ruining my relationships with my loved ones, with my family, with my friends. I listened to myself from everyone I love, for real, for real. And in my mind, it was everybody else's fault. It never was my fault. It was everybody else's fault. You feel me? And that shit was a tough process. I can't even lie. Tough process. But fast forward and, you know, going through that, luckily I had good friends around me still. And my bro Q, my bro Dev, we was just politicking about how we can get this money and how we can change the world. I'm real life about to become a dad, so I need to figure it out. He came up with an idea to build a sneaker resale business. And my bro Q was a guru. He knew everything about shoes, about sneakers, about all that. So things started to become better for me, you feel me? Things started to slowly become better because I was in motion. I wasn't just sitting still playing victim. Eventually, bro, I just got tired of that, you feel me? I got tired of being a victim. So I just started praying more. I just start asking God for the guidance, asking God to show me a different way other than smoking weed. No matter when it was, whenever I felt anxiety, depression, instead of me smoking, I started praying. Like, going straight to the weed, let me start praying, bro. So I started to get on my prayer deem heavy. And with that, like, prayer, the spirit of prayer, it led me to reading. So I went to praying, and then I went to reading daily devotionals. And I started to implement a small routine. Every time I'm stressed out, pray, read a devotional. So it went from me implementing small new goals, small new habits. There, from praying, it went from me working out more, me getting back in the gym. Once I started to work out, I started to feel better. I'm like, okay, bet. I started to notice the depression started to go away a little bit more. You feel me? The anxiety was still severe though, because my mind was always focused on the future, and that was tough for me, you know what I mean? But I still experience anxiety to this day. Like right now, in this moment right here, like, I learned how to overcome anxiety, right? By distracting myself, by following my breath, right? And with that leads me to this caveat of God showing me and leading me to breath work. It changed my life, man. It changed my life. Like, whenever I will notice having an anxiety attack, having severe depression, I would do certain breathing techniques. I would do maybe an up regulation to get me more upbeat, or I might do a down regulation technique. You feel me? But the more and more I kept doing it, the more and more I was able to change my mental state. Like, anybody out there who experiences depression or anxiety, and you give yourself 90 seconds to 3 minutes to focus on breathing, and then you feel better as if nothing happened, that's damn near close to magic to me. Because in my mind, if I can help people reverse anxiety and depression and aid the symptoms, imagine the type of impact I can have on my family and my community, right? Because I played football, right, essentially to break generational curses. I wanted that bread, I wanted that money so I could help my family. But when I discovered breath work, I said, you know what? I can actually implement real value, real change to my daughter, to my family. Forget giving them a big bag of money. By me understanding breath work, by me learning this practice, right, I'm transforming myself into something that's extremely valuable, something that's more valuable than money, right? Because I tell people all the time, bro, don't give me $100, bro. Show me how to make $100. So essentially, that's what I did. I said, you know what? I'm going straight in when it comes to this breathing shit, right? Excuse my language, right? I'm coming straight in when it comes to breath work and breathing practices. I focus on conscious connected breathing every day of my life. You feel? It's not perfect, but my life has changed to the point where I don't have to be the victim. I have a choice. I can either choose to stay in this depression state. I can either choose to stay in this depression state or stay in this state of anxiety, or I can choose, right, to push through it, choose to breathe, choose to focus on my breathing pattern so I can overcome it, you feel me? And like right now, I got some young goats right behind me, right? I don't even know these kids, but hey, I'm glad they in the video. Like, everything that I've been through, I figured out a solution or a remedy to actually help me. So, damn, that's why I'm here right now, family. Along with me discovering breathing exercises, right, I discovered the importance of gut health. I wanted to be able to have more willpower, you feel me, to breathe, to do my breathing exercises. Because it gets to the point where sometimes you don't got the motivation no more to keep breathing. You don't got the willpower. And that's when I started to study what I was eating. I started to notice that, damn, what the food I'm eating has a direct correlation on my mental health. You feel me? So with me incorporating breathing, right, and incorporating gut health, right, by fasting, right, taking gut health superfoods. When I incorporated gut health superfoods, I understood that that's just developing a stronger mind. Because within our gut, we have trillions of bacteria. You feel me? We have good bacteria, we have bad bacteria. And I learned that if we activate more good bacteria, it's going to kill the bad bacteria, right? Once you get rid of the bad bacteria, it's going to reduce inflammation, bloatedness, right? Also, it's going to kill parasites and worms and all different types of bad bacteria within our gut. And then that had a direct impact, you feel me, on my whole outlook. Like once I started to take care of my gut and take more superfoods and eat more electrical foods like fruits, vegetables, lean protein, I started to see a big difference. My perspective in life, like how I view things, how I looked at things changed. And incorporating that with breathing, I started to feel unstoppable. Like I started to feel truly like a God body. Because I used to be afraid to say I'm a king, I'm a God. Because religion put a heavy fear on me. Like it put a heavy fear on my mind. Literally stand grounded to what God gave me, to what God showed me with breath work and with taking care of my mind, taking care of my body. Able to kind of push past the fear monger that religion put on me. Because religion had me feeling like I can't do this, I can't do that. And now I'm personally, y'all, I don't necessarily belong to religion. I'm practicing Muslim tradition. I practice praying continuously. I read the gospel and I also read the Quran, right? I'm just on my journey of discovery. First of all, I'm trying new habits and new techniques that's actually making me feel better and actually helping me in real time. And for some reason, I'm getting these negative thoughts and I'm trying to hold myself back because it's telling me it's not religious, like, or it's going against God, or it's going against Jesus, or bro, ultimately all I'm doing is helping myself in the current moment. You feel me? So I had to push past that fear, and what helped me push past that fear once again was following my breathing, understanding that when you do get hit in the current moment with these fearful thoughts, I started to dive deep into my nervous system, and I realized like, damn, my nervous system might be compromised right now because I'm holding my breath, I'm thinking about negative thoughts, my gut might be somewhat unhealthy, right? And it's paralyzing me in this moment. Once you understand the power of breathing and you understand your nervous system, right? Whenever I felt these sensations, I realized I had a choice, right? So I started to do my breathing techniques for 90 seconds to 3 minutes. And the next thing you know, I pushed past that fear. I was able to get presently grounded in this moment and move forward. Another testimony to how breathwork really helped me overcome fear. You feel me? And with that, I started to, like I said, dive deep into my mind, dive deep into learning about how my mind works, how the human body works. And as I kept diving in and learning, I'm like, you know what, bro, family, there's nothing wrong with me, right? Everything started to make sense. Like I started to study the complexities of my mind while staying grounded with my relationship with God. Like every time I wanted to learn more about the mind, I made sure I had a strong relationship with the higher power, right? I made sure I read my Bible, I read the gospel, I read the Quran, right? I stayed militant with my prayer because I didn't want to let those thoughts win. So I made sure I control what I can control with my prayer and reading, and I kept studying the mind. When I kept studying the mind, I realized that when it comes to our mind, we have our conscious mind and we have our subconscious mind. To realize that my subconscious mind is responsible for all my memories, all my limited beliefs, my paradigms of behaviors. I was like, damn, like it's not necessarily me, right, making these bad decisions. It's not that I'm a sinful person. It's my habits. It's how my programming is set up. It's the small, minute habits, the small, minute things that I developed over time. And I realized if I wanted to overcome these things, it was going to take conscious awareness, right? It was going to take me understanding how to be present. And I had to realize that I was going to have to push through resistance. See, family, like how our mind works, right? Our conscious mind, our subconscious mind works similar to a thermostat. We all know a thermostat is meant to regulate a certain type of temperature. So if your vibration is set at a low level due to your paradigm and due to your habits, right? Whenever you try to do better, whenever you try to move forward and do more positive things, your mind is going to work and kick in overtime to get you to go back to that low vibration, to get you to operate how you normally operate. Once I understood that, I realized like, damn, The resistance that I'm feeling, like with the religion scared, with the self-sabotaging behavior, right, with me blaming other people for why I'm not where I need to be, it all made sense. This was all just due to my subconscious mind playing tricks on me, trying to get me to reinvert and go backwards because it wants me to vibrate at that level I'm usually vibrating at. So I'm like, all right, bet. So I started to switch my perspective. Whenever I had anxiety, whenever I had depression, whenever I had fear, I looked at these things as ways to get better, ways to get stronger, right? I looked at it as challenges that I could overcome, right? And I didn't overcome it by trying to outthink it. I overcome it by following my breath and being consciously focused. I learned how to distract myself, right, from my mind, right? And that really helped me out a lot. And I realized, like, okay, I'm gonna have resistance, right? So if you're someone who truly want to get better in life, you got to understand that you're gonna have resistance. Like, there's no such thing as no resistance, or there's no such thing as achieving something worthwhile in life and you not going through something to achieve it. But you don't have to go through the ugliest, hardest things in life. You can actually achieve your goals and get to a certain heights in life without going and doing the hardest shit possible, without making it extremely difficult. It's not going to be easy, but you don't have to make it extremely hard on yourself. So I just started to look at my growth journey like I looked at my fitness journey in a way. Like, if I'm trying to get stronger, if I'm trying to get a better physique, expect for the weight to get harder. Expect to work out on days you don't want to work out. Expect to push through on days where your body and your mind is telling you, I'm tired, right? So I started to expect those things and I started to overcome it, you feel me, by staying disciplined to my routine, staying disciplined to implementing those small little habits to reset my subconscious, right? To reset my paradigm of behavior, you feel what I'm saying? So if you're watching this channel and you really want to get better, you really want to grow, understand we're not going to grow without some resistance, right? If you want to achieve those financial goals, expect for hard days. Expect for days when you got to say no to your habits, no to your desires. You feel me? Expect to, feel upset because you might not be able to buy what you want to buy, right? But you got a financial goal. So it's time for us to lock in. It's like, bro, I got a financial goal. I got to start saving my money. Expect for some resistance, right? Like myself, I'm trying to break generational curses. I'm trying to build a multi-billion-dollar online business that helps people level up not only physically but mentally. Expect resistance. You feel me? So now, once I change my perspective, that's when miracles happen. You feel me? Now I'm here, family, in the middle of Easton, in this beautiful ass courtyard. I'm gonna show y'all the scenery, right? And I'm talking with no fear. No fear whatsoever, because I realize ain't nobody holding me back but me. You feel me? But yeah, like I said, family, if you someone out there who is tired of being a victim in life, right? You ready to start winning. You ready to start growing into that real God power, right? You ready to be a real king. You feel me? Tap in, hit the link in the description. One is 90-day challenge where we focus on breath work. We focus on gut health, nutrition, online trainer as well. If you want to get in shape physically, you can tap in on that aspect too. You want to get fresh, I got my sneaker resale business too, and you can buy and you can tap in. I want the chosen ones. I want authentic people, right, who not afraid to be themselves, but also is not afraid to grow and be uncomfortable. You feel me? So, like I said, man, be focused. Don't be a drifter. You feel me? Stay in the present moment. Whenever you feel resistance, learn how to follow your breathing. If your environment is not where you want it to be, learn how to go to different environments, right? Learn how to be more cognitive of what you eat, right? Study gut health. Learn that your gut is actually your second brain. But a lot of these things that we go through, there is a remedy. There is different ways out there that we can help ourselves get to that next level. You feel me? But I'm One Tykeem, family. Tap the link. Hit me up on Instagram at One Tykeem. I'm on TikTok as well at One Keem, I believe. Competition with nobody. I'm just being myself. You feel me? And if this message resonates with you, you're probably definitely one of them chosen ones. So tap in with me, and we're gonna go to that next level. One. I ain't wrapping that off, y'all. I had the nappy fro. Like, I had the nappy fro, and it was just time for me to cut that shit off, man. It was time for me to cut it off, y'all. So I had to cut it off, you know what I'm saying, and go back to the waves. You know what I'm saying? No waves in there right now. I just got it cut. But you feel me? I had to go in there and go with the waves. But you feel me? But to finish off that conversation though, like I was saying, like you see the waves in there. See the waves in there. Remember this. How you breathe, it affects the way that you think. And how you think, it affects the way that you feel. And your emotions, you feel me, is essentially a magnet. And that magnet, I mean, is your vibration. And that's what you're attracting. So if you don't want to attract negativity and drama, just stop thinking about negativity and drama. If you can't stop thinking about negativity and drama, be consciously aware of how you're breathing, because how you breathing has a direct correlation on how you think and how you feel. You feel what I'm saying? So that's all I want to say more so out there to the family, following your breath. You feel me? Come on.